Marvelous Maids.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm Ashley.
Hi, nice to
Angie
meet you.
and
Hi.
Tabitha.
Hi. Well, I'm going to leave so you guys can clean.
Would you like us to lock up when we leave?
You know, just shut the front door. You don't have to lock it.
Okay, and did you have a check for us today?
I left it on the kitchen counter.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
You too.
At Marvelous Maids, we want to present ourselves as professionals. So we'll start with our hair. No unnatural hair colors, no pinks, purples, lime greens. Piercings, they need to be minimal. No bars in the ears, no extreme nose piercings, no lip rings. You want to wear your purple shirt, solid black pants. If you're going to wear shorts, make sure that they are longer than your fingertips, and your tennis shoes. Occasionally, we do have to wear shoe covers in a house. If we do have to wear shoe covers, put them on at the front door and don't walk on their carpet without it.
When you get to your customer's house, check the paperwork to see if you're tops or bottoms. If you're tops, you'll be using this tops brush, and you'll use it to start off on one side of the room and work your way around, hitting vents and where the ceiling and the wall meets, and go all the way around the room. When doing the fan, get above the blades. If the fan happens to be above a bed, make sure you lay some yellow cloths on the bedspread so that any dust that falls will go on the rags and not on the bed. If the customer's paperwork has you doing bottoms, you'll be using the blue brush. You'll go along the baseboard, starting in one side of the room, working your way around, hitting the tops, as well as where the floor and the baseboard meet, whether it's carpet or wood floor. When we're done doing tops and bottoms, you'll put those tools away. You'll carry with you your brush, your woolly, your green, and your yellow cloth. Your green dust cloth will have method on it. And the yellow, you're going to put your spick and span on. And you keep those rags separate. When dusting, use your green dust cloth to do the word furniture, making sure that when you lift each item, you wipe it off before you put it back. Straighten things up as you go. The glass, you'd use your yellow. Hold the picture with one hand on the bottom corner so you don't knock it off the wall. When dusting the electronics, use your woolly, making sure not to use your dust cloth so that the chemicals on the dust rag doesn't get on anything and ruin it. Woollying your plants, whether fake or real. Using your yellow to do the front of the glass and the fireplace. When you're finished dusting the room, the next thing you do before you exit would be start at one side of the room and look all the way around, starting top to bottom, and make sure you didn't overlook anything. When in doubt, ask your teammate to double check you. When dusting, always make sure you get your lampshades with your blue brush. In this case, this is a metal base, so you take your yellow and wipe it off. Wiping the top and the bottom. Dust the wood itself. And being careful not to bump any buttons on the alarm clock. And lastly, woolly the machine so you don't bump any buttons.
All right, when entering the bathroom, you want to make sure you do tops. You're gonna go around the entire perimeter of the room. Make sure you get the exhaust fans. When you're done with this, just toss it aside. All right, the chemicals you need in the bathroom. You will need your glass cleaner. This is for your mirrors. You want your liquid Comet. This is for the inside of your showers and the inside of your tub. Your spick and span is a disinfectant. You use that on the shower doors, your sinks, the toilet, and the floor. Bonami, this is used as a paste. You can make a paste out of it for the shower floor and for your toilet bowl. Blue toothbrush, this you would use for your sinks, around the faucets, any place that pink mold might be. Pink mold will come off, black mold does usually not. And your woolly, you will use this for your light fixtures to knock the dust off before you start cleaning. All right, we're gonna start with the door panels. Add a little bit of spick and span to your yellow rag. You're gonna go around each of them. Make sure you get where all the dust settles. You wanna go all the way down to the bottom and around the doorknob to disinfect. When you start with your vanities, you wanna start with your light fixtures. Knock all the dust off, use your woolly. Try to keep it in the same order. A lot of people like their things back where they were. Alright. And I go ahead and spray my counter so you can eliminate some overspray. You're going to take your white rag and wipe your mirror. Get down, make sure that you get all the water spots. Make sure your chrome is nice and shiny. When I finish a sink, I always make sure that my faucet is all pointing the same direction, just to give it that nice finished look. Folding your towel, I'm going to fold it a little cuff, fold it in thirds, and place it where it belongs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray a little bit of spick and span on my rag, wipe down the picture frame, make sure there's no dust. Right. Now we're actually going to start the tub. Use your liquid Comet. We're going to spray it down. You want a little bit on your chrome. The Comet does smear a lot easier, so you want to make sure you get that first with a fairly dry rag. We're going to move all of the decorative items out of the tub. That way we can wipe the area that they go on. And then we're going to wipe the items and put them back. So you're going to take your rag and with a little bit of pressure you're going to wipe around the bowl to make sure you get all of the dirt and hair and fuzzy stuff that built up in the tub. Make sure you get your backsplash. You're going to start with the outside of your doors. You're going to spray and wipe them down. You're going to use spick and span on the outside. You can use Comet on the inside. So we're going to go inside. Use Comet on the inside of your door, and you're also going to use Comet on your walls. You're going to take your scrubby, and you're going to scrubby the walls. Make sure you get any of the soap scum or any kind of buildup. Sometimes there's shampoo, soap, things like that. Use your hand to assess to make sure you get it all. Once you've got it all, take your rag and you're gonna wipe down the wall. You're gonna take your toothbrush, go along the clockwise, and where there is a joint, pink mold will come off, black mold usually does not. So you're gonna take it, give it a good scrub, and then wipe away the excess. You're gonna just take your rag and wipe off these little pieces here, and then your picture back here. As you come to your trash, make sure you empty it in the available trash bag. And we're doing the floor. We started over there at the toilet and we're just continuing on. Make sure you move all the bath rugs, shake those out. Get all the hair, make sure you wipe off all the baseboards. And then put things back where they go. This back. When you're leaving your room, make sure you have all your chemicals, all your things. You don't want to leave things in customers' home. Your dirty rags go in with your toilet bowl brush, your trash. You can take your gloves off. You have to wear those for the toilet and the floor, so make sure that you have those in your trash or in your dirty rag bag. Check the room for any missed spots, any mistakes. You want to find them, not the customer, so it's easier that you just double check yourself on your way out. Look around, make sure everything looks nice and neat, and then you can go.
Now we are going to clean a fridge. This one is stainless. We'll use our stainless polish. We'll have a toothbrush in case we need to use it in here. Spick and span, yellow rag for this. And then we have our woolly. Use the woolly on the top. And we get the top of the fridge every visit. And you go with the grain. And you buff it out, kind of look over it. Make sure you dry it, or it'll look really streaky. And make sure you clean this. And then make sure you take this out, spray it. Sometimes you might have to use your toothbrush on there. And you just kind of do that real quick. And get all the stuff out there and then dry it off. And then make sure you get underneath there for any water that might be on there. Put this all there. So I have it right there. And I'll start with my microwave. I'll spray it inside with spick and span. Make sure I'm going to clean the outside so the inside has time to soak. Spray my little rag. Make sure you clean that. Then we're going to use the stainless steel polish and the stainless for that. Then after your outside looks all pretty, you get your inside with your door. Microwave plate out. Be careful that you don't drop it. Set it on there. Clean that. And you go down to your stove. Make sure you get your backsplash. And you get the top of that. You remove the knobs to get underneath them. Clean the knobs. Spick and span. We use your razor blade. And you just kind of feel any burnt on stuff. Then you will dry it off. Make sure you get any dishes on there for the spoon holders. We are going to use the glass cooktop. Give it a good shake. A little bit on there. And you just kind of rub it on there, dry it, buff it out. And then make sure you do not use this rag anywhere else. It will hurt the countertops and stuff. And we just keep that separate. And then we'll make sure we get the front. Clean that with spick and span. Open this, get the lip of that. Shut that. The stove is all done. Then I would go to my cabinet. We spot check the cabinets. All right. We'll spray on the counter. Make sure you get small appliances. Put down the toaster. Make sure you get your backsplash, your light, the lip. Get underneath the appliance. All right, and then the counters. And then make sure you spot check your bottom cabinets as well. And you're also going to try and work from top to bottom when you do your cabinets and your counter. All right, now we're going to do our sink. We're going to do our sink last. If there's any dishes in the sink, you will clean one side, then move the dishes to that side, and then clean the other. After you do that, we'll spray our faucet. We use your red toothbrush in the kitchen. Kind of get around there real quick. Any spots that are needed. We use the Bon-Ami in the sink. You don't need much, just kind of real quick. And you can also spray it with spick and span. We're going to use the scrubby in the kitchen sink. And you just dry it. Make sure your faucet is streak free. Alright, sink is all done. Now I'm going to do the dishwasher. You clean it the same as you did the fridge and the microwave and the stainless stove. We just kind of check over your counters. It helps to get eye level with them. You can see crumbs and stuff. Looks good. Everything's back in place. Alright, kitchen's done. Before you do a kitchen table, make sure you get your light fixture. And just use the woolly on it. Make sure you get all the dust off of them. Alright, those are done. Then you go to your table. If there's anything on the table, you just dust it off. Pick it up, get underneath it. When you wipe your table down, we use water and the white rag so it doesn't damage the table. Never use spick and span. You move on to your chairs. Then you go down, make sure you get the bottom of it. Sometimes they'll have these little bars, make sure you get those. Then you can leave the chair out. That way the person who vacuums, they can come vacuum underneath it and then they'll put it back. And then they'll make sure all the chairs are nice and neat. This is our black vac. We use this on the hardwood floors. And this piece goes here, not in the back. And it snaps in there. And this, before you turn the black vac on, you want to make sure this piece looks like that and it's not over here, then it won't suck. So make sure that's over. Put that in there. Goes around. Do that. And take the baby safety thing out. Just put it near the outlet so you remember to put it back in and don't put it in your pocket. plug it in and you're ready to go. Come out. You gotta move them to the side and you get underneath those.
We're gonna make your mop bucket. You're gonna grab your floor cleaner and your scoop. You're just going to pour 1 scoop into the bucket and then fill it with water. You wanna fill the bucket about halfway. You wanna make sure your water is nice and hot before you fill it. Alright. And now you're ready to mop. You're gonna wring out your mop really well. Give it a couple good twists and push. Once you do that, move your bucket. You wanna always pick it up, don't slide it. Get it out of your way. We're gonna mop the floor. Mop where the rug goes. If there's anything stuck on the floor, you can use your foot, push with the mop. Mop the floor and put the rug back.
This is your schmop. We're going to put the schmop head on the schmop. And this is what we use to dry the floor after it was mopped. Leaves less streaks. This is our stair vac. It's to be used at a customer's house every time you do the stairs, especially when there's an open stairwell or at the customer's request. And occasionally you'll have to use it to vacuum the furniture when a customer has, say for example, pets and wants the furniture vacuumed to remove the hair.
I'm getting ready to clean the foyer floor. First, I would vacuum the rug with the Clean Max vacuum. After I would vacuum it, I'd pick it up, shake it out. I would take the black vac, vacuum underneath it, and then mop it. And then if this was a big area rug, we would vacuum it. We would just lift the corners. And you would vacuum it, and you lift up the corners, vacuum underneath it. If it was on a wood floor, you would mop underneath them, and then put it back down.
This is our Clean Max. We use it on carpeted floors only. In dining room tables, you want to pull all the chairs out. You want to plug in at the farthest corner of the room. You want to work your way out of the room. Make sure you make nice clean lines. And don't step on the floor after you vacuum it.